It sounds like you did watch the debate last night. I know that you tweeted about Vivek Ramaswamy's fatherlessness comment, but I'm curious, what did you think of the debate overall?
Again, I thought it was a demolition derby. I did not see any reason why people went after Vivek. I did not see any reason why Vivek referred to all the politicians as him being the only one not bought and paid for. Pretty insulting for people who ran for office and presumably want the same interests, what's best for the country, as he wants. So I think it gave a lot of ammunition for Biden Harris to use in video assault ads against whoever the eventual nominee is. Again, our focus ought to be on what Joe Biden has done to this country. The 7, 8 million people who are in the country illegally, the war on oil and gas that's caused gas prices to go up, the reckless spending that's caused our debt rating now to go down. This is what we ought to be focusing on, not chewing up each other. I didn't chew up any of my Republican opponents when I ran for governor, did not say a single negative thing about any of them. If they had returned the favor and kept saying, I'm not going to criticize Larry Elder because the goal is Gavin Newsom, then maybe the first part of the recall, which is do you want Gavin Newsom recalled, would have succeeded. So I'm going to adhere to the same principle. I'm going to put my fire on Gavin, on Joe Biden, and on Kamala Harris. And trust me, if Joe Biden cannot fog up a mirror, it's going to be Kamala Harris. They are stuck with her. The Democratic Party is all about identity politics. One of the reasons that she is the VP is because she's a black female. And Gavin Newsom, when it appeared that Dianne Feinstein might not finish out her term, he said he's going to appoint a black female. James Clyburn, when he decided to support Joe Biden for the South Carolina primary, extracted a promise from him that the first nominee be a black female. So it's all about identity politics. And if Kamala Harris is kicked to the side for some white dude like Mayor Pete or Gavin Newsom, the Democrats in the first Democrat primary, South Carolina, majority of them are black voters. They will be livid. And the majority of those are black female voters, and they love Kamala Harris, and they will resent it. They won't vote Republican. They just won't vote, thereby guaranteeing whoever our nominee is, he or she will win. They can't run that risk. So if it's not Joe Biden, it's going to be Kamala Harris. Trust me.
Do you think there was too much infighting on that stage last night then?
I do. Again, I don't see any reason why Vivek was attacked the way he was attacked. I don't see any reason why Vivek felt the need to say, I'm the only one who's not bought and paid for. And I believe that all of them should recognize that the two-tier system of justice, that Hunter Biden got a sweetheart deal. Fortunately, the judge threw it out. Joe Biden is still under investigation for having documents in 4 or 5 different places, claims that he turned over the documents voluntarily. If that's true, then why is the investigation still going on? Why is there no investigation into the 51 former intelligence officials who signed that letter claiming the Hunter Biden laptop story had, quote, all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation, close quote, that clearly changed the election? Why isn't there some investigation about the $419.5 million that Mark Zuckerberg spent on Democrat election officials to help Democrat turnout in 2020 and hurt Donald Trump? These are the kinds of things that, in my opinion, we ought to be talking about, but we're not. Hillary Clinton referred to Donald Trump for 4 years as having stolen the election, her word, not mine, called him illegitimate, her word, not mine, to the point where 2/3 of Democrats falsely believe the Russians changed vote tallies to elect Donald Trump. Jay Johnson, Obama's DHS secretary, testified under oath the Russians tried, but they failed to change a single vote tally yet. 2/3 of Democrats, a supermajority, believe the Russians did. In other words, Brittany, a greater percentage of Democrats believe 2020 was stolen, 2016 was stolen rather, than we feel that way about 2020. But nobody brings up this double standard. I would if I had been there.
We are looking forward to hopefully you coming back on as your campaign continues. But what's next for your campaign aside from preparing to hopefully be on that stage in a month?
What's next is for me to continue doing interviews with people like you. I'm going to be back in Iowa. I'm going to be back in New Hampshire. I'm giving speeches. I'm giving town halls. I'm holding fundraisers. I am campaigning 24/7, and that's what I'm going to be doing between now and September to get to that 3% so that you can see me up there and you can see how I'm going to make a difference in this campaign. Even if I'm not the nominee, if I can elevate some of the issues I just now mentioned front and center, I will feel that I've given back to my party, and more importantly, Brittany, I will feel that I've given back to my country.
Larry Elder, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
And please go to LarryElder.com because now I've incurred an unexpected legal expense, so I'm going to need your help. LarryElder.com. Thank you so much, Brittany, for having me. God bless.